Hello and welcome to Business Reporter's The Future of Work campaign. I'm Ashley Blake. Europe has a $1 trillion problem. In 2008, the bloc's GDP was on a par with the US, whereas today, America's economy is bigger by almost 30%. So what happened in the last 15 years? A digital revolution happened, a revolution in which America charged ahead while Europe hung back. One of the reasons for this is Europe's slow and sketchy digital network, which makes it difficult for EU companies to be as agile as their US rivals in developing and deploying AI, IoT, and other cloud-based technologies. So how can Europe build the bandwidth and coverage it needs to stay competitive? That's what I'm going to discuss today with Thierry Amarge, Europe's CEO of American Tower, a global provider of digital communications infrastructure. Okay, so what is American Tower and what's your role in the European connectivity sector?
So American Tower is a leading company in the sector of digital infrastructure communication. Our business model is on sharing infrastructure. We are established in 1995 in the United States. We are now present in 25 countries. And in Europe is one of our fastest growing region. We have 30,000 communication sites which are shareable across 3 countries, Germany, Spain, and France.
Okay, and talking of Europe, why is it slower, more so than the US or South Korea, to develop network infrastructure?
First of all, I'd like to take a step back and just to put that into perspective. Europe has made great progress. And if you look at the 4G coverage, population coverage is almost 100% in most of the countries. If you look at 5G coverage in Europe, it's already above 80%, and it has been the fastest growth of a new technology rollout, just to put into perspective. Now, that said, it's not perfect, and there are opportunities to do better. In particular, if you look what are the barriers or difficulty we face as a telecom ecosystem to deploy networks, there is difficulty on permitting. It's sometimes long, complex to get the permits, and it's slow down our rollout. So that's really something we need to look at. Regulation as well. You know, in Europe there is 27 regulation in the different markets, which doesn't make it easy. So there are some opportunities to do better from a network development perspective to facilitate the task of all the players in the ecosystem. The other aspect is related to economics. So sometimes it's not so profitable for telecom operators to go and bring connectivity in a very small village with very small number of customers. And this is where you need to create the right economic equation to bring and invest in that area. And that's what we do as a tower company. We share infrastructure. Historically, you have one operator that needed to invest in paying the cost of his own tower plus the antenna, and it's expensive to develop that. In our business model, we pay for the capital expenditure, so we invest ourselves, and then we rent space on the tower to the telecom operator, which makes for them a much more attractive proposition because they will only pay the renting space, while we will have built the infrastructure and share the cost to different MNO, which in most cases makes the economic equation profitable and interesting to invest in those small villages.
I see. Now you refer to it as a tower, which is basically a steel structure. How can its innovation be further improved, if you like?
There is many ways in which we can innovate in the industry. And the first one is related to innovate as a business model and not by the product itself. The way we have really looked from sharing the infrastructure and building this model of sharing infrastructure creates a lot of value. Recently, EY did a report to assess the economic impact of the towerco industry. And we are talking over 10 years, is 28 billion of capex, which has been saved by our model, which is a neutral loss model, independent, sharing the infrastructure between operators. So create a lot of value. So this is innovation in the business model. Then there is many things happening in the sector at the moment and a big digital transformation. And I give you a couple of examples. In the United States, we use drones to take pictures of our towers, and then we create what we call a digital twins. So exactly the same towers into our computer, which enable our engineers not to go on site, stay at the office and assess if we're able to put more equipment on the tower and so on. And there's many things going on from AI perspective as well, predictive maintenance, looking at the way to improve our operation. So there is a lot going on. And from a tower perspective, there is a lot going on close to the towers. In particular, we're looking at green energy, putting solar panel on site to be able to have more efficient energy for our towers.
Every company claims to have an innovative, agile culture. In what way is American Tower special, and why is it important to speeding up the development in Europe?
Well, we don't claim anything first, but we strongly believe and we are convinced that our number one asset in the company is not our towers, it's not our real estate, it's our people. And we try to live by this value. We have a set of core values. One of them is hire good people and empower them, and we try to do that. And also we are very proud of our diversity. Just in Europe, in our 3 countries where we operate, Germany, France, and Spain, we have 46 nationalities. We have a gender diversity of 42%, which is quite high in our industry. And we have age spanning from 19 years old to 72. And we have a lot of other aspects from background, national experience. To your question, why is important? Is because talent is scarce in our industry. And it's really important for us to attract and retain the best talent. And we believe taking care of our people is a good way to do that.
And there are companies that genuinely are concerned and care about sustainability. And there are others, as we all know, that are greenwashing. Which one are you?
We are strongly committed to ESG, and I'll give you a couple of examples. First of all, as an industry, it's really important that our business model of sharing infrastructure is very good for the environment. And as you can imagine, from history where everyone was building his own infrastructure to a solution where we provide these sharings has positive impact. And again, I refer to a EY study that shows that as an industry, we can save 4 million tons of CO2 until 2030 by our business model of sharing, which is the equivalent of taking 200K cars off the road every year. So you see it just by our business model, it's really a positive impact to the environment. The second aspect is, as a company, we take it very seriously. In Europe, just to give you an idea, in the past years, since 2020, we have been able to reduce our greenhouse emission by tower by 33%. So a big improvement by buying renewable energy, by investing in energy management system, by also looking at the efficiency of our offices and looking everything, we have an impact. So the company is strongly committed. And I would like to say as well, I've been seeing not only with us, but the rest of the telecom ecosystem. When I talk to our telecom operators, our customers, when I talk to our subcontractors, everyone is committed, and I see a really nice trend to really make an impact in the telecom. And this is, I think, new from the past years.
So looking forward to the future, what's your role in shaping the infrastructure within Europe?
Well, I think a lot's going to happen, and it's a great opportunity for Europe. I mean, when you think about it, what's going on today in the environment, networks going to evolve a lot. You will see with the AI going through autonomous networks, you're going to see a lot of investment in putting those networks in the cloud. You will see a new application coming that virtual reality, autonomous car, this is coming, edge computing. You will see a lot of innovation coming. And we believe it's important for Europe to be there. And we believe we have a role to play as a TowerCo because, first of all, we invest and we plan to continue to do so if the regulatory and framework continue to be positive and have a positive impact. Our mission as a company is to build a more connected world and a more connected Europe. So we plan to continue on that mission.
Thierry Amager, American Tower.